Hello and welcome to GNO, that's Gaia Night Online, and this is our time every week where we come together as a community to pull cards for the week ahead. And so if you'd like to join us and pull cards with us, the link is posted on our Facebook page. All you need is a Gmail email address and a webcam, and you're welcome to come join us and pull cards, or you're welcome to join us afterwards after we go offline, directly after, if you would like a card pulled for you. And this week I have Katie with me. It's the Sagittarius tribe.
Yay!
And speaking of Sagittarius, the first thing we're actually going to be pulling for is Saturn into Sagittarius. So Saturn is moving into Sagittarius tomorrow morning in about 13 and a half hours. It is going to shift into Sagittarius, and we are going to be finished for a few months with Saturn in Scorpio, which I'm relieved about, but I'm also like, well, really, am I relieved? Because it's going into my sign, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if you want to know more information about the astro of that, Nikki and I did a video on that today. You can find that on our YouTube channel, and I think it's full of good information. But for more information, we're going to pull cards for that right now. So, I love this card. I'm pulling from Osho and Goddess cards. And I love this card that came for Saturn in Sagittarius. It is the ripeness card. And I love this card because you see these fruits that are growing on the tree, and there's one that's so ripe that it's coming off of the tree. And it's saying, like, I love what it says about this, especially with Saturn into Scorpio. You need to gather courage to enter into your inner forest. The fruit is always right, and the time is always right, and there's no such thing as the wrong time. And I love that because I do think that Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius, is a time of embracing your own personal truth. And I think it's part of our work that we're all doing to step into ourselves, to embrace your personal truth and walk that talk. And so Saturn in Scorpio has been about walking through our fears and conquering them. And so now it's like, get that courage, enter your inner forest of your own personal truth. And that's where you're ripe. And that's where, like there's that thing in the Bible that says, like, look at the fruit, look at the fruit that's coming. So this is, I think that's a good omen. And then with it, I pulled the Goddess card, Rhiannon, which is you're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And Sagittarius is the sign of infinite possibilities. So, even when you're like, my fruit is shriveling, infuse that fruit with a little magic and maybe a little water. And, keep your aim high. Keep aiming for what you desire. And if doors keep shutting, around that, use that to align, whatever it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. Use those closed doors to help you align with, with the energy and with what may actually be a different truth than what you had been pursuing. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and you said a lot about that in your video that you did with Nikki.
Yeah, so, if you want more, check out that video because it has a lot of stuff. What did you pull for Saturn and Sagittarius?
I pulled a few. So the first one I pulled is the World Archangel Michael.
Ooh, nice.
And it says, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. And I feel like, especially for this early stage, we're like grateful for what we went through with Saturn and Scorpio, and now we really get to move on to a different path in Saturn and Sagittarius and, become what we've been digging through with all that fear and stuff for the past 3 years. So I think that's good. And then I also pulled tree grounding. So I really think this is about grounding into our truth, just like Mimi was saying that, we've been through all this stuff and now we get to really ground into our real selves and sort of, expand into our truth, because Sagittarius is about expansiveness. And then I pulled Summer Solstice Radiance as well. So it's really about, coming out as us finally. We're this new improved person, and it's a beautiful thing to behold.
It is a beautiful thing to behold. I love that. I saw we had somebody join us, Samantha, so welcome to come on with us and pull cards, or just view from there, whatever you would like, Samantha. Thanks for joining us. So the next thing that is going to happen, there's not a lot of other shifts this week. I mean, isn't that one big enough? But
Yeah.
the moon is also moving into Aquarius tomorrow evening. And the moon, I gotta say, the moon in Aquarius is bringing our first Saturn and Sagittarius aspect. And I'm like, hey, I like this. It's a positive aspect. It's a nice way to start, I think. So, and I love, I say that about most of these Osho cards. I love this card. I love this card. Anyways, I pulled the experiencing card. And what I like about this card is that this woman is touching this tree and feeling the tree's vibrations and just experiencing the magic of the tree, the magic of nature. And, you know, I like that because Aquarius to me is a...
Uh-oh. It looks like we lost Mimi here for a little bit. She's pulling for Moon in Aquarius. So I guess I will go ahead and pull a card for that. I'm not as good at explaining things as she is, but I'll try. Let's see. So I pulled Autumnal, I can't speak, but Equinox Release. And so this moon in Aquarius, we can really take the time to release anything else that's been holding us back with, you know, we just had the new moon, so maybe we're doing a little bit more of cleaning up of the intentions that we didn't need to set or we're just putting aside. So I feel like that's what that means. And then I also pulled music harmony. So it's a good time to, you know, connect with friends and hang out and you know, really connect into that inner network of all the people and things. And you cut out, so I was trying to...
Yeah, no, good. I'm so glad you did. But I love the music card because I'll get back into the tree one in a second. But the other card, the goddess card I pulled is Sarasvati.
Oh, cool.
Which is all about, you know, your creativity and your arts. So getting together and, you know, play music, get out you like your drums and guitars and like jam with your peeps.
Good for Christmas, huh? You know.
Yeah. Well, it takes us through Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas it's going to change into Pisces. But back to my tree. I don't know where I cut out, but the tree. She's experiencing the tree's vibration, and I love Aquarius because I think Aquarius is about like understanding and putting forth your own personal vibration and then understanding how to work with other people's vibrations. And so she's working with this tree and delighting in it. And I think that's the thing, you know, it's so powerful about Aquarius, and I think it's really powerful for this holiday time. You know, sometimes people can be on your nerves and stuff, is know how to work with the vibration. If you like a vibration, you can accept it to you, you know, like, and bring it in and, you know, revel in it like she is with the tree. And if you don't, then learn how to be like, okay, that vibration doesn't resonate with me. I don't want it. And then just leave it at that and don't worry about it. So she's showing you how to enjoy the vibrations. So that is for Moon in Aquarius, which that takes us through, let's see, through most of Christmas Eve and, well, all of Christmas Eve and most of Christmas. But then the moon is going to move into Pisces. And the Pisces moon, I pulled the Osho card, Inner Voice, which is basically the High Priestess card. And we know Pisces is, you know, Pisces is an amazing time for your intuition. And so, you know, maybe after all of this going out and being with your community, it's like take a little time and tune in for you, because we're finishing up the year, which is kind of, you know, it's a big deal. It's so much at once. Like, we have Thanksgiving, and then it's like all these holidays, and then it's the end of the year. It's just boom, boom, boom. So it's like, hey, connect in for these final little lessons. And I love the goddess card. I pulled Ishel, Medicine Woman. And, you know, Moon in Pisces is going to cross over Neptune and Chiron. So it is actually a very powerful time for healing. So maybe you ate too much at Christmas, had too much alcohol. It's like, hey, Call on that healing vibration. Go back to the vibrations. Call on it. Listen to your inner truth. It's like, hey, gotta drink a lot of water today to cleanse your system. You know, listen, it's there to help you.
Yeah, so I pulled the page of water, which says intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly, which I think really goes with what Mimi was saying in the Pisces moon, you know, because it just ramps up our psychic abilities so much that, yeah, it's time to look in and take a breather from all that family time probably and do something for you because we're so, which isn't a bad thing, but giving focused instead, like give to yourself. And I also pulled love and compassion. So what I have to say is that if you're out doing retail stuff the day after Christmas and all that, just use your compassion. Know that retail workers are, you know, away from their family and they probably don't want to be there, and know that the other people who are maybe are harassing you, you know, they have something behind them. So just use your compassion with everybody and not just in that instance, you know, all the time.
Good advice, for sure. All right, then the moon is shifting into Aries on Saturday. So, let's see. For Saturday, the Aries moon. It's interesting. I thought this was a really interesting card to pull for this, but it is what it is. I pulled the receptivity card. And also, interestingly enough, I pulled from the goddesses Abundantia, which is about prosperity. And I mean, receptivity and prosperity go hand in hand. So maybe at the time, you know, I do think that we receive based on what we allow into our life. And you may find yourself, after, you know, after the holidays, the bills start coming in, you're like, oh my God, what did I do? All that kind of stuff. And maybe this card is like, hey, don't fall into that trap of lack. Go into the place of receptivity, and prosperity will flow. That's how I'm taking these two cards with it. But you know, also, you know, receiving doesn't end just at Christmas. I know that many people, little Katie included, will be getting gifts from me after Christmas. So stay open.
Yes, I have some gifts that I didn't send out that they will be receiving as a bonus gift. Yay!
Stand the season.
Yes. So I pulled the Ace of Earth, which says the inflow of abundance, promising business venture, important documents, or contracts. So I think it's really just focusing on the abundance stuff, you know, that even though it seems like, oh God, my bank account's low and all that, just focus on, you know, focus on your currency as being positive, and that will come in for you. And I also pulled Dreamtime Creation. So I think that also goes with co-creation with the universe and manifesting what you want, and then also taking some time to use that fire energy to create something new for yourself, like just paints and stuff like that. I love this card because it's all like...
Yeah, that's really cool looking.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I got.
So do we want to pull a card for the holidays? We have like, let's see, so...
Even though it seems like that,
hold on.
On your currency.
There we go. Hi, Ann. Anyways, we have the end of Hanukkah, we have Christmas, and we have the beginning of Kwanzaa, all happening boom, boom, boom. So I pulled cards for that, and it's a funny little mix. So the holiday card from Osho is the Miser card. And, you know, I like this card because it reminds you, like, what are you clinging to? You know, maybe it's time to let go of things. And I think this card, you know, even more so with all these holidays, is reminding us, like, the point of the season isn't it's not in the gifts, even though it's fun to give and it's fun to receive. You know, if you're not getting what you want, you know, be like, hey, universe, I'd like this. Ask the universe and see if the universe can take care of you later. But don't cling to that idea of, you know, like, oh, I must receive what I want, that kind of thing. And this is a good lesson for me because I'm a weird person to buy for. So, like, hey, not about the gifts. It's just about, like, the togetherness and the magic of the season. It is a very magical time of season or time of year. And then going with Katie's card that she pulled the other thing, the Kuan Yin, compassion. So, you know, hold compassion for your family members when they're drinking too much or say things, and you're like, hey, come on now. Stay in that space of compassion. And that's a really, I love what it says in here, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everybody. I think that's the best advice for getting through holidays unscathed. It's like, hold compassion and focus on everybody's love and light.
Definitely. So I pulled, my holiday card is the Ten of Earth, and it says a very happy family life and finding magic in the little things in life. So I think that's really important, is just to focus on, you know, the holiday cheer and just the fact that you get to be with those people that you love, and that's a gift in itself. So just focus on the good things. Yeah, they say stupid stuff sometimes, but they still love you anyway, and you still love them. So.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Well, then I think we're going to close this up. And stay with us, and we'll pull a card for you. And if you'd like us to pull a card for you, come join us now, because we're going to end this. And I hope whatever holiday that you're celebrating, I hope you have a beautiful holiday. I hope you spend it with people that you love. And I hope that we can all find the optimism, the amazingness, the awesomeness of Saturn in Sagittarius. And I can guarantee you I'm going to be working at doing that. I'm going to be going at doing that. I'm going to be surrendering at doing that. I'm going to do all of those things. So, that is it for now. We will be back next week. Thank you for joining us. Namaste.
Namaste.